Uh, would you please state your name and where you live?
My name is Daniel Brandi, and I live on 97 Church Street, Hoosick Falls, New York.
How long have you lived in Hoosick Falls?
I lived there since 1920. I was 6 years old when we came over from Italy. There was my mother and my four brothers. My father was there a year before that. And when he earned enough to send us over, come back, he'd come here, we came here.
I see. And tell us a little about your life, you know, that you remember during your teens and stuff.
Well, when I was 12 years old, I started an apprentice for shoe repair at Elm Street from John Hendakis.
I see.
And I was there, and I used to watch Bob Beverly go take his music lesson across the street on Church Street, in the basement of Treat Park House. And he did that, and there he was after he became a celebrity.
Yeah, right.
Well, anyway.
Anyway, how old are you before we go on?
I'm 85 years old.
Wonderful. And now you were 12 years old, you took your apprentice, you were
I
telling.
was
Now,
12 years
what
old,
happened?
I went to see, I went to John Hendakis there when I took my apprenticeship there on Elm Street.
And were you going to school, or?
I was still going to school, yes.
Yeah.
I was going to school. Yeah. And I was going to the Main Street School, the ones that's with there's a, American Legion is now.
Yeah,
But
Main Street
they
School,
tore that
right.
down, yeah.
And, all right, what happened then?
Well, when I remember being in first grade, my father moved over on East Hoosick up on the hill there.
Yeah.
We were there about a year. It was so cold and windy there. My father come to school, drove us on a bobsled to school most of the year. Mrs. Wallace was our teacher. She used to put me by the radiator, my brother by the radiator, to thaw out. When we got back to my seat, I fell asleep.
And what about the language barrier? You spoke Italian when you come over, and how long did it take you?
I was 6 years old. I was, it wasn't much to. I was 6 years old, so we spoke very little. We never went to school there over in Italy,
I see.
And we hardly spoke, regular Italian there at all. So it was easy for us to pick it up.
I see.
There was no problem.
There was no problem learning English.
No, because I was 6 years old, and it's just about almost, a year after they went to start the school,
I see.
Yeah.
All right. So now we got you apprenticed.
Yeah. Well, when apprentice. Then I started, and afterwards I worked for John Hendakis, and then I started up in my house with a shoe repair shop right in the front room. And then I moved to Elm Street because John Hendakis then sold, gone back to Italy. I mean, Greece. He was from Greece. He went to Greece. And I bought what he had there, from Peter Pappas, his brother-in-law.
I see.
I bought the stuff there, and then I got drafted, and afterwards the draft came, and I was drafted.
All right. And how old were you when you got drafted?
I was 26.
You were 26 and you got drafted
Yep.
in 1941, was it?
40, the draft in 41.
I see.
Yeah, I got drafted in the winter of 41. Then they gave me 3 months to go shop, which I did. And I went into the service.
All right. And then you went into the service. Give us a little story about your service. Talk to us
Well,
about
the service, I took my basic in Camp Cross, South Carolina, near Spartanburg it was. I was there, and from there, we went to Frisco, San Francisco there.
Were there any guys from Hoosick Falls with you? Or
Oh, no, I was the only one.
Only one.
I was the only one. I went to Frisco there from there. We were shipped out there, and we weren't there long when the Pearl Harbor was attacked. We were supposed to go to the Philippines,
Yeah.
And so we went on board ship, took them off. So we were in Hawaii 2 weeks later.
2 weeks
December
later.
21st.
Yeah.
And I was there. I was in the infantry at the time. And they shipped me to the quartermaster, which I didn't want to go. But they said, you go. So I had to go.
I see, and you stayed in
I think that was a break for me because the old outfit I was in got wiped out. Because I seen a guy afterwards when we were getting discharged. He said most of them got wiped out.
So it was really God sent in a way that you got put into the quartermaster.
From there we shipped to the Vigiline. Marianas Island. I was there.
Yeah.
Till we got discharged. Well, of course, my sister Mary died then, and they sent me home. See, and later on, I was discharged.
I see. So you spent 4 years in the service.
Yep.
And when you were in Hawaii, did you bump into the? I know the 105th went to Hawaii.
Oh, sure. They relieved us on the beach position. Hawaii, our outfit here from Molson Falls.
Yeah.
They relieved us there, and I used to see them all day, most of them.
Oh, so you saw Tony Mormusky and all those guys.
I had Christmas dinner with them. They said, "Come on over," and I had Christmas dinner with them over there.
I see.
On the island. And it was a beautiful place, that island, before this happened, you know.
Yeah.
You know, it ain't the same now. I've never been back, but they tell me it's commercialized like any other city in the United States.
I was there twice, and I can tell you it's really commercial.
At that time, it was beautiful. Yeah. And it was different, you know.
Sure. And all right, so then you got discharged from the service, and you came back to Hoosick Falls.
Yeah, and I opened up my shop where the liquor store is now. I was there, stayed there for 5 years. Then I moved up to my other place where I just retired there from there, you know, that's the beauty parlors there now.
Yeah, right. I remember.
Yeah, the beauty parlors there then.
Okay. And can you tell us a little about what you remember when you were younger, what hotels and stuff of what Hoosick Falls looked like?
Oh, well, when I was in the Elm Street there was, where the Blue Frame is now, there was street businesses there. The Herd's Livery Stable was there. There was Pat Hennessy had a sporting goods store, newsroom, and on just this side of it was a barbershop, Marshall's Barbershop there. And then this is where the Hendakis' building was, where the house is now.
I see.
There's a house between the Capanas and the Blue Flame. That's where he had his business. That's where I was.
See, and then up on the corner was a restaurant, or what was on the corner? Up towards the depot.
Toward the railroad track.
Yeah, towards the railroad track.
Yeah, well, there outside next to the livery stable was the Burke's Meat Market.
I see.
And next to it, above that, I can't quite remember who was there, but later on, Jack Weller had put a restaurant there, see, because he moved from John Street. That's where he first started. People think they started on Elm Street, but he moved off of John. He was down on John Street because he lived there once.
And was the American House there?
Oh yes, the American House was there, and
who ran the American House then?
There were Muskies.
The Muskies ran it then too.
Oh yes, yeah.
I see.
And Jack Eberly had a place across the track from the American House, and he had a bar room there. And there was a barber shop, McDonough's barber shop facing the railroad track.
I see.
And they had a barn there, and the fighters used to train. The boxers come there. They would train there. Who's local boxer would train there. I remember that. And in the World Series, he'd have a big blackboard there. We used to sit across the street and watch it, listen to the game. Because radios, at that time, there was nothing, practically.
Yeah.
Very few had anything there.
So, when you look right back, I mean, you came before the cars, actually, right? Or
practically, the horse and buggy just about going out then.
Oh, was it
there
right
were
in?
Very few cars.
Yeah.
Very few, and the horse and buggy days are just finished, practically finished, just about then.
What do you remember about the railroad and the trolleys?
Just about the trolley, just barely remember. They used to have that barn up here on Main Street there.
Yeah, right, with Bacteria.
Yeah, and then there was another place down below here, down the barn on the left there, where they had a blacksmith shop, and they worked on old carriages and stuff like that.
I see.
Yeah. Of course, we moved to John, we also lived there by the specialty from the farm. We came down in the specialty, and then from there we went down to John Street. Right, it was behind, they got a bar room there now, behind there and back.
Yeah.
I remember that bear that Charlie Lacey, the taxi, had there one time.
Oh, yeah?
Yeah. My brother and I were kids, we were on the brook there fishing, and the bear got loose, and he went in the backyard, see, and Bassaro thought that was his kid he had down on the ground, the bear did. So he ran out with a revolver, he's going to shoot the bear, but he fell and broke his ankle or leg. the bear came running down where we were. We heard the commotion. We got up, looked and seen the bear running around the house. Well, we ran on the porch. As we got there, the people inside pulled us in. The bear ran around the porch, and they cornered her in the back chicken coop, and they picked it to death.
I see. How many brothers and sisters did you have?
I had 4 brothers and 1 sister.
Were they in the service, your brothers, or?
All but 1. Yeah, 4 of us was in.
4 of you at the same time. So your mother was a 4 gold star mother, I guess they called it that time.
Yeah, so,
Yeah, I see. And I'm trying to think of what else you could tell us about Hoosick Falls, you know.
Well, I remember the 1927 flood.
Yeah. Oh, yeah, tell me about that.
That water was all the way up to that shirt shop there, just at the foot of the John Street there. Of course, there was the part had a repair shop there, and Bizarro had that long building there where they lived and sold Italian food, stuff like that. That water came all the way up to there. And we used to kid people about it. You say, Pete used to live down, get the rowboat out.
Whenever it rained hard, huh?
Yeah, well, let's see.
So we talk about the flood, and I'm just asking, is there any other thing?
The Walter Ray Wood was still going then.
Oh, yeah, when?
And there was a lot of people go across there to Woodward.
Yeah. I mean, the Walter A. Wood went through the beginning 20s, I think, before they folded up.
Yeah.
In there.
Yeah.
So you can remember the Walter A. Wood plant?
Just barely, yeah.
Just barely. I see.
Because a fellow used to work there and lived above us. Of course, a lot of changes have been made since then.
Yeah. What did you do for entertainment?
You made your own entertainment.
Yeah.
They didn't have what they got today.
They had a movie house, didn't they?
They had a movie house, yeah.
Well, do you remember the movie house I read next to the Armory?
That one wasn't, I don't remember that one.
Oh, you don't remember? Because I read in the literature
Yes.
about
Yeah,
when
they
it was
had
there.
one there, kind of, that's what they say.
Yeah.
Yeah, and that's when they built the other one afterwards there.
Yeah, the new theater, they called it the new
And
theater.
they had a lot of businesses around town, you know.
Yeah.
You walk the street on a Saturday night, you got to watch where you're going. You'll run into somebody. So
It was that crowded,
The
huh?
stores were open till 10 o'clock
On Saturday
on
night.
Saturday night, and I'd be working there for John Hendeker's Shine Shop.